that brings you all interesting stories across the world. So begin today with the very first story, which has to do with the Olympics 2020, which started yesterday unofficially, but it will start officially on Friday, where Odunayo Adegoroye is thrilled to be Nigeria's flag bearer to Tokyo. She's going to lead Team Nigeria during the opening ceremony tomorrow. And Odunayo Adegoroye is a wrestler. She's a wrestler and has won laurels for the country in several competitions. But then she's leading Team Nigeria into the opening ceremony that will take place tomorrow in Tokyo.
Let me quickly quote her. She said, "It is a big honor and I am so elated. I cannot wait to leave team out on Friday. We have many other top wrestlers with similar aspiration here in Tokyo, but I am focused to go all the way." That is actually not coming from Odunayo Adegoroye. She will be actually not be leading Team Nigeria. She will be holding the flag.
Yes, yes.
Haruna Kodri is the team captain. Expected to actually find out with the rest of the Nigerian contingent, about 58 athletes, will be competing in 10 sporting events at the Olympic Games. At this point in time, we know that Adegoroye has been doing very well when it comes to the World Championship, African Championship. She's rated in the top 5 in the world at this point in time. So we expect that she's
you should bring in gold medal for us.
Yes, of course, a wealth of experience to ensure that we get a gold medal in the weightlifting, in the wrestling event for the very first time in history. We know that their president, talking about Daniel Egali, actually won the gold medal of the Olympics
for Canada.
It was not for Nigeria.
It went for Canada.
For Canada that he actually won the gold medal. But hopefully, we are praying and we are hoping that even the sport minister has called out, has called all Nigerians all over the world that they should start praying and fasting so that we can win medals at the Olympic Games.
And so it's not good the way the previous Olympics went by in 2012 and in 2016, whereby we managed. 2012 there was no medal.
No, 2012 there was no medal.
2016 on bronze. Courtesy the football team. But this time around there is no football team. Now still talking about the Olympics, but then 8 more cases. I'm not talking about coronavirus cases has been recorded again in Tokyo. Now we have about 75, as at this morning, about 75 cases of coronavirus in Tokyo. This is getting worrisome, whereby residents in Tokyo that are bothered, they are concerned that won't this crisis, won't these games, bring forth an increase in the COVID rate. And then one of the officials said they were not meant to even stop the games midway if they see that the crisis, if they see that the COVID pandemic, the rate is getting.
Of course, for me, I feel the show must actually go on. It was just so sad that the COVID-19 pandemic is actually hitting hard on us when we want to host the biggest sporting event in the world. Just so sad thereabout. Even cases were actually we had a report that even team Nigeria, also the camp of Team Nigeria, was hit with coronavirus.
I don't know why they've not released the name of the person, even though the rumors are flying that it is a particular official.
Of course, I even saw a report, debunking
that rumors.
In Nigeria,
when they
debunk a story, it means that it is actually not true. So there's no smoke without fire there. But we just hope that the officials get to contain.
For that particular official, I don't say anything wrong there. If you have contracted the virus, it is not a crime. It is not a sin. At least other nations have been revealing the names of athletes or officials who have contracted the virus. But if you have contracted the virus, either if from Nigeria you contracted it or before you got into Tokyo, what is the shame?
Big deal of you coming
out. And now, if not, God forbid, if it not gets worse, because they say the person is in ICU, is under intensive care, and if it not gets worse, won't the truth not come out?
Of course, let's just pray that
it is not true.
Yeah, it's not true, and it doesn't get worse. Even if it's true and all that. So we're still talking about the Olympics, where the Australian city, talking about Brisbane, has been officially been given the hosting right to host the 2032 edition of the Olympic Games and also the Paralympic Games. The games actually return after 32 years to the Australian, city. At this point in time, they have about 11 years for them to prepare for the Olympics. You see them pulling befitting Olympic Games?
Of course. This is why I like IOC or foreign bodies. They prepare well ahead in time. We already know the host ahead, it's 2032, which shows that Brisbane have no reason whatsoever not to deliver a very good Olympic. Even Tokyo was announced several years back, and they were already prepared to host this tournament. That is what they call planning. Now, Brisbane will be putting everything in place right now. If they need to construct new stadiums, they'll construct. If they need to, everything will be in plan. They'll begin to work out modalities. If they need to, build train stations, everything.
Of course.
They have 11 good years now to achieve all that. And
Australia has hosted the Olympics, so they have this experience under their belt. So, and also they will now be looking at some of the lapses in the Tokyo Games
and build on it. That is what they call planning. He who fails to prepare should prepare to fail. That's just it. And now these people have shown that they mean business, and they've gone ahead to get a host that will still take place for a competition that will take place in 11 years' time. That is what they call preparation. And if only that we have such in Nigeria anyway, probably Nigeria will not be where it is at the moment.
But just to let our viewer know that the 2024 Olympic Games will be hosted by Paris in France, while also the 2028 Olympic Games will be hosted by Los Angeles. That will be taking place in the United States before the one that the Australian city will be hosting.
I recall for that US Olympics. I remember when Trump was still in power, he said he was prepared to, that everything is set for them to host, even for the World Cup, to merge to play the Joint World Cup. Yes, that they're also prepared for that. This is what they call planning. This is what they call planning.
Of course, this is what they call planning. Also, they actually planned for 5 years, but they failed in that particular planning that is talking about the US team. They were defeated by a certain impressive, much-trained Swedish national team. They defeated the US team 3-0 in the opening game
and ended
the football event.
Their 44
yes, of course,
unbeaten run.
Impressive performance by
the US ladies are the best team in the world. They're ranked #1. They're the world champions. They've achieved everything that they can achieve on the pitch. But Sweden said, no, your reign must end.
Of course, at the last Olympics, the Swedish team actually defeated the US team in the quarterfinal stage of the event on penalties for them to proceed to the semi-final stage. But just so sad at this point in time, where the US team are demanding equal pay. This is the time they are letting their guard down and they are not getting to perform. So at this point in time, the group game is still going on. They have their next game on Saturday, but the highest defeat that actually came in yesterday was the game between the Netherlands and the African representative, talking about Zambia. They were the whooping women in that particular fixtures. They were defeated 10-3 in that opening game. What do you make of it? Is there any hope of them coming back to the competition?
Are you talking about Zambia?
Yes.
I don't think so. Because now, since Nigeria is not there, who could have mounted the challenge to most of these European nations? Because I don't see any women, I don't see any African women team that can actually, mount a strong challenge to the Europeans or to the, South Americans or even to the US, because we have some of the best players in Africa. No team is as strong as the Super Falcons.
Of course.
But unfortunately, a certain Cote d'Ivoire stopped us from going to the Olympics, and we'll be looking out for Cote d'Ivoire to at least represent Nigeria well. But I'm not putting any hope on Zambia to do anything for the African continent. So I was not surprised that they were massively
defeated by Netherlands.
I'll not even say defeat, massacred. But Netherlands
humiliated.
In fact, they had nothing to do in that game at all. It's like just came in just to fill in the number. They should just give that slot to Nigeria. Maybe just or maybe Nigeria should have even bought the slots.
But in that particular heavy defeat in the hands of the Netherlands, Zambia actually made history where Zambia's what was her name right about now? Zambia women's Banda, she actually scored hat-trick in that particular match. She actually scored the 3 goals that Zambia scored against the Netherlands.
Now there's a comment coming in asking that why did Nigeria qualify for the Olympics?
We didn't believe we were defeated here by Ivory Coast, so that is why we didn't actually qualify.
And that game, you could have won that game because we lost. I think we lost the first leg in Cote d'Ivoire. I think so. We drew. I think we drew, and we just needed to win that game to qualify. But on our own turf at the Balogun Stadium, we were defeated 1-0, and there was no coming back for the Super Falcons, the best team in Africa. But anyway, the best team can also fail. Now let's see talking about Olympics, because that's the trending news right now across the world, where all eyes, all ears are focused on Tokyo 2020. And now our own Nigerian Funke Oshinake has been drawn against America's Lee Juan, and our own boy, talking about Omotayo, is the green on for in the tennis. Of course, he's going to play against Portugal. The pairing were made yesterday. So Oshinake will meet Lee Juan in the first round of the table tennis singles, and which will begin on Friday at the Tokyo Metropolitan Gym. Of course, that's where the draws were held yesterday. And we also have our second girl in the tennis, talking about Edem Ofyong. We start a game against Hungary, Madaras Dona, while Olajide Matayo, who is now the new star we have on the
kid on the block.
Yes, when it comes to tennis, of course, he's going to play against Portugal's Apollonia, and all these games will be played on Saturday at Tokyo Metropolitan Stadium.
So talking about Olajide Omotayo, he said, I want to play my best table tennis in the Olympic Games. According to him, I feel happy, at the same time very proud of myself for qualifying for my first Olympic Games, because I have always wanted to achieve this dream, as only God made it possible. We know the likes of Funke Oshinake, these are 7th Olympics. Yes. Will be competing in. The likes of Segun Toriola has participated in about 5-6 Olympics thereabout. Do you say this young lad, are getting to compete, getting to qualify for subsequent Olympics?
Yes.
Like the likes of the number of Funke Oshinake?
Definitely, because Omotayo is a very good player. He's very fantastic, and he has done very well for himself, and he's going to be the next rated person after them, Kodri and Co. So these guys, the new guys and girls are going to do us proud. But now we are against in this table tennis, we have an obstacle there, which has to do with Chinese.
Of course, the Chinese and the Japanese, in short, the Asian countries are the best when it comes to table tennis.
I don't know what these guys, what they do.
Also, don't forget about the Egyptians too. We know that we can actually
we can match up to Egypt.
Of course, we can upset them any day, anytime. But don't forget the Asian teams that are very, very good when it comes to
if Egypt defeats us, it's not news. If we defeat Egypt, it's not news.
But if we defeat Asia,
any of the Asian countries, of course, that's the biggest news. If they defeat us, it's not news, because these guys are rated the best. I've seen their games. I can't even, maybe because I don't have to play table tennis, but these guys are just too fast. The way the ball moves, it is. They are just. It's like it's inbuilt in them. And of course, Toriola and Co. and Oshinake, Kodri and Co. They have the strength and the ability to, of course, to face their opponents in Tokyo.
Even Kodri, he has been seeded as the top 15, as the 15 seeded team in the Tokyo Olympics. While Funke Oshonaike, she is in the 60th position when it comes to the rating in the Olympic Games. So we just wait and see how things pans out at the beginning of the tennis event at the Tokyo Olympic Games. Still talking about the Olympic Games, we return back to football, where a certain veteran, talking about Mata, the Brazilian Mata, she is not letting her guard down. She is still firing with all cylinders. She was on target when the Brazilians defeated China 5-0 in their opening game of the football event at the Tokyo 2020.
Well, how many players actually have played in 5 Olympic Games?
Of course, she's a veteran.
It is very, this game, Olympics is for under 23 players.
No, Olympics is under 23 for the male team.
Yes.
But why for the female team is for the national team?
Yeah, it's open for them, yes. But even for the national team across the world, how many players have actually played in 5 Olympic Games? And now,
it's very rare.
Very rare. And Mata now, she's the first player,
that's over 20
male
years.
And female.
That's over 20 years.
Over 20 years to have played in 5 Olympic Games and has scored in all the 5 Olympic Games. Wow. Recently, a few years back, she was named the best player in the world, and that's Mata. As you can see on your screen, she's one fabulous. In fact, better than some male players as well. She's one of the best players we have.
Beautiful lady. You don't even know that she plays football.
And she started playing. She made her international debut in 2002 for Brazil, and then she's in the record books as the first player ever, both either male or female, to have scored in 5 consecutive Olympic Games, 20 years running. And she's still firing at us in all cylinders.
Of course, the Brazilian player, she's still doing what she knows how to do best. It's just so sad. I would say it's just so sad that we're going to miss her. We're going to miss her on the field.
And she's 35 years old.
We are going to miss her on the field of play in just a few years to come.
Age must catch up now. She's 35 years, and by the time the next Olympic comes, she'll be 39 years. I wouldn't know whether she can still be played at that point.
She might just come and sit on the bench and encourage
for her to play in 5 Olympic Games means that she's one of the best players.
Of course,
it shows that how good
she actually used her age from the beginning of her career to.
So 35 years minus 20. Time she started when she was 15 years.
15 years, of course.
That's good. You see, listen to our Nigerian players. Stop reducing your ages.
Stop using football age.
Stop using football ages. Use your real age. If you're old, you're old. It's not your fault. You claim you're 35, you're 28, meanwhile you're 45. How long will you not play football? Because the real age, the real age factor must play in. Just
taking a look at Messi and Taitao, but let's just not go there. Let's move ahead.
Yeah, because at least they play together in
under 20,
and we
2005,
and Taitao, Mikel, and Messi, they were all playing in the same final. At least let us see that Mikel still playing football to an extent. But Messi is still playing at the top level because he is real age. Taitao, of course, they said different stories have come up. But
if we go there, we'll not finish.
So just talking about Olympics as well, and again, the IOC, talking about the International Olympic Committee, they've posted a deficit of $55 million. It's expected that they're not going to make money. TV rights are not the TV rights are shambles because of the COVID pandemic. Tokyo government, they spend so much money that to host this tournament, and they could not just afford to postpone it because. Meaning postponing or cancelling it means that all that money goes down the drain and everything. So it's been so this particular Olympics they are run at a loss at all levels. The Tokyo government are not making money because the aim is to get tourists
coming, of course.
If there are fans from around the world coming.
The beauty of the Olympics is for the fans, and for the fans, coming to come and
there's no way you go to there's no way you go to Olympics that you don't want to go to one tourist center and you pay money. There's no way you want to buy things. Just ordinary Edo Festival we went to. We know how much all those sellers made. They smiled to the bank and everything. So just now imagine the whole world converging in one place. All hotels will be booked, even ordinary Edo, normal hotel that be like maybe like 5,000, they increase it to 50,000. So you can imagine the kind of money they will make in hotels in Tokyo, the games village, the food, the transportation, everything. There will be economic boom. But their neighbor, the virus came from the neighboring country, and of course it has scattered their plans.
Just too bad. A whopping $55 million.
No fans coming into the stadium, and they've spent more than $55 million. So by the time they look at what they will gain, it's a deficit for them. And fans are not coming to the stadium. There's no money coming. Everything is just on a lockdown for them in Tokyo.
No thanks.
To COVID-19 pandemic. So we will go on a short break, and when we return, we will continue with our show. Stay tuned, please.
Do we need to know what's up?
I want to speak to you. I want to speak to you people, please. I'm also a Nigerian. I live in Vienna. I seek asylum here in Vienna, and I'm living here for over so many years. And you people are representing a terrorist organization, a terrorist government. You Nigerian, you should be very ashamed of yourselves. Every one of you here should be very, very ashamed of yourself. I will speak to you. This can't happen in another European country that their youth are representing a government. Stay quiet, stay quiet, stay quiet. A football team should know that we are suffering the youth of Nigeria. Over 10 million Nigerian youth are abroad doing nothing. And you people who are supposed to know the truth are representing a terrorist organization called Buhari, kidnapping his citizens, killing youths. Excuse me, stay quiet, Mr. Man. I'm speaking, I'm not causing any problem. Do you understand? Yeah, I am speaking to these youths who have refused to recognize. No, I will. If you touch me, I will call the police on you. If you touch me, I will call the police on you. This is not Nigeria. This is not Nigeria. If anyone who touch me will get the police. This is Vienna, Austria. This is not a third world country. This is not a third world country. You motherfuckers, you are representing a government which are killing their people. You cannot be ashamed of yourself. Don't push me. When you touch me, it's straight dick here. Do ashok. Don't touch me. Go away. This is a democratic nation. This is not a third world. I'm living in Vienna. I pay my tax. I live here. So I'm calling on you, you idiots. Go back home. Don't represent. Be ashamed of yourself. Look at you. Look at you. Look at how you are. You represent a government which is calling. You are from Switzerland. I saw you a few days ago. You are a new citizen. I don't think this is how it's done in Switzerland. You are representing a terrorist. You should be ashamed of yourself. Lekki youths were killed. Over 200 youths were killed in Lekki Peninsula, and you are representing a terrorist organization calling yourself Eagles players. You should be ashamed of yourself, every one of you. I'm making this video. You touch me, you are in pain. Don't touch my legs. If you touch me, I'll put a mark. I want them to see my face. Look at you, look at you. I know you're Hausa Fulani. I know you're Fulani. Kachidan duri uwaki. Kagane ko? Kachidan duri uwaki. Sengia maka. Ku terrorist atan not Ariwa. You don't understand what the suffering you Nigerians are going through, and you are representing a terrorist organization. You should be the ones. You should be the ones to be afraid. You should be the ones to fight for your youth. You should be the ones to fight for every one of you who is laughing. Touch me. When then kill banka yin. Then kill banka.
I'm telling you,
you're idiots. Every one of you should be ashamed. I'm not. I live here. Look at you. You have no reason. Every one of you should be ashamed of yourself. I will video myself. I'm not afraid. Every one of you. I played for Julius Berger. The corruption in Nigeria drove me here. I'm a footballer also.
I played for Nigerian Julius Berger. The corruption in the country brought me here, and I'm here suffering. You too should stand for your youth are conniving with a terrorist organization to represent the government which is killing your people. You lived in Switzerland all your life. Is that how? I lived 1 year in Switzerland. I know how it is. And you are representing a dirty country which have no future, criminals. You should be ashamed of yourself, every one of you. I will post it. You will see this video. Look at Super Eagles. You call your name Super Eagles or the Falcon. You should be ashamed of yourself, every one of you. You live. I have a good life. I have a good life. Ask me if you're sincere. To change the system, this what I'm doing is what I'm doing to change the system. Yeah. I'm doing it to shame you people who don't know what is it to be a citizen, who don't know what is it to fight for a country. You are living in a country where the president is a kidnapper, kidnapping and killing its citizens. You are empty. You are empty in your head. If you are not empty, you will stand by me. I will put this thing is going to the. You will see it. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Yeah, police will wait for me. I don't disturb you. I am free to protest. Police will wait for me. It's not my advice. No, I don't attack. I didn't touch anybody. I have a video. I never touch anybody. He's allowed. He's allowed. You're a criminal, idiot. You idiot. You should be ashamed of yourself. If you have conscience, you stand by the truth. The problem is it's been from Nigeria. You should be ashamed of yourself to lie. Ich bin gewutet, wirklich. Ich bin wütend. Ich gehe nicht mehr.
Folgendes. Ihre politische Situation interessiert mich. Ja? Wir sind alle in Österreich.
Ja. Ich habe gefragt, warum kann der Youth mit... Sir, I cannot even speak now. I'm really mad of this motherfucker.
So that was the video where the Super Falcons in Vienna, Austria were assaulted by a Nigerian, a man that calls that says a Nigerian, he says a Nigerian, and he assaulted them, and for playing for Nigeria. That was an unfortunate incident that we all condemned, because that man posed a security threat to the Super Falcons on the train, and it's raised so many questions as to the kind of priority, the kind of welfare package and security package that the Nigerian Football Federation has in place for the Super Falcons. We all know very well that the Nigerian Football Federation cannot allow this to happen to the Golden Goose, talking about the Super Eagles. There is no way anybody able to enter that the train or the bus, wherever the Super Eagles players are. Such can never happen. If apparently if this guy was a terrorist, he could have stabbed any of these girls,
Maybe he was holding a gun.
Or he was holding the gun. You come in and shoot. We all know these kind of stories whereby crazy individuals just get in. This just show the kind of respect that the NFF has towards the Super Falcons. They can never try this with the Super Eagles.
Of course, I feel that the NFF has they have to actually blame themselves.
Where was the CSO?
They have their own parts out to play in this in that particular one. Those girls should have been transported on very under tight security. They should have their own part. Even though they are going to use the train, yes. They should have their own secluded, space for them to actually move around town. But it's just so sad that the man actually come out to verbally assault the girls. That also, at this point in time, those girls need for them to actually go and see a psychologist. They need to psychologically they will be down at this point in time. Yeah, for a man coming to to
harass them. Assault. In fact, she was talking to one of the players that I saw you in Sweden. I mean, in is this video? What did they mention?
It is Sweden.
Okay, or Switzerland.
Switzerland.
And some of these players are not they're not Nigerian. I mean, they're not Nigerian based. They are foreign based, and they understand. Probably the Nigerians. I mean, the real Nigerians. They might understand that. Okay,
some are even called to into the national team for the very first time.
And they're experiencing this kind of shambolic arrangement by the NFF. And the lame excuse for the NFF was we are going to unmask. We are going to unmask.
We are going to unmask the fellow.
The fellow. That was very,
take him to the Nigerian embassy.
That was very, very. This should have been prevented in the first place. How on earth? Where was the chief security officer of the team? Where was the team team coordinator?
Of course, team manager.
Team manager. Where were those guys?
Just too bad.
That somebody with an unauthorized person could enter that space on a train and assault them. God forbid if anything happened to those girls.
Who will be held accountable for?
God forbid the lives have been lost.
Of course. Very, very possible.
Very, very possible. This incident is just a slap on the Nigerian Football Federation, and I don't know how they're going to even if they unmask the guy, fine. But the deed has been done. They should learn, because the most painful thing is that they can never try this with Super Eagles.
Of course, it's not possible. It's not possible.
But this guy is lucky. But actually, on the serious note, this guy is lucky. It was the Super Eagles, and he entered it. I'm sure they'll have beaten him up.
Of course, they have dived in.
They'll have given him slaps.
Beating of his life.
How can you call us idiots? You just go. So what are you doing here?
Of course.
He said he's suffering.
He said he's suffering. If you are suffering,
come back home. There's no place like home. If you are suffering, you say you are paying your tax. So who's not paying tax? I'm paying tax indirectly.
Of course.
I'm paying tax in different forms. So who's not paying tax? It's just the way it's being used in Nigeria that is just different. But it cannot just come in and insult. And what are these girls got to do with the federal government? They are working. This is their job.
Of course, they are actually preparing for the Six Nation tournament.
Yeah, Aisha Buhari Invitational tournament in Lagos, and they are in Vienna for 8-day camping. I think their camping should be ending this weekend.
Yes.
And they'll be back to the country next week for the tournament that will take place in
Lagos. Of course, this is a wake-up call. The NFF must sit up and ensure that all hands are on deck to actually protect the players and the officials at every point in time. A good arrangement and preparation should be made from one movement to ensure safety of all the lives of the players and officials.
Okay, a comment is coming in and is asking that why should the Super Falcons go out of the country for camping when the tournament is in Nigeria? Okay, camping can be done anywhere
in the world.
It is not compulsory because the tournament is in a particular place. The camping must be done there. They needed an environment where these girls will be out without distraction. Because if they're in Nigeria, camping, there'll be distraction from fans who want to see them and those kind of things. And again, the fact that they needed them to have a broader view of life and everything, and mix with other things ahead, So it is just the camping for the tournament. Tournament is just one of the things that they are camping for. There are other programs they have ahead, but the tournament is just the major one right now. So it's just for them to Nations Cup qualifier. So it's just for them to bond together away from home. So that is why the tournament. That's why they had a camp in Vienna to avoid any form of distraction from fans, from family members who want to come and see them, if they're in Lagos or in Nigeria.
We return back to Tokyo, where one man is saying we are not in Japan for show. This is actually coming from the Minister of Youth and Sport, Sunday Dare. He's saying that the Nigerian contingent to the Olympics are not in for the games for show, but for the business. He actually said and called on Nigerians for them to actually pray for the team.
Why must we pray?
Medals at the Olympic Games. Why must we pray? Are other teams praying? The likes of US, the likes of Japan, are they praying or they are working?
We have seen atheists go to Olympics and win medals.
Yes.
Athletes who don't believe in God, who don't believe in anything that God will exist. So how did they win medals?
It's just so sad in this part of the world that
I'm not against praying.
We try to put everything on God.
Yes, I'm not against.
Of course,
I'm not against.
Even in the MPFL, if any manager gets to win a match, we ask him, what did you actually did for you to win this match? I will say we give all glory to God. But at this point in time, we need to put in work. The athletes, every hands must be on deck to ensure that the athletes are in that top of their form and good shape for them to be able to win medals at the Olympics. We will only from here support them with prayers, but the athletes must need to work for it.
Okay, so viewers, you can call in. The lines is on your screen right now. It's on your screen right now. You can call in to talk to us about the recent reaction that's talking about the video that we played for you, and of course the recent talk by the minister that we Team Nigeria are not in Tokyo for sure, that we should pray for them, but they should also work. And still talking about the Olympics as well. So the ministry, the sport ministry, has said that the Team Nigeria will compete in the FAA kits, not in the Puma kit. Now, this Puma kit has caused a lot of controversies in the last few years, and if we begin to talk about this particular gist right now, I'm sure we'll be here for the next 2 hours. It's been back and forth between the ministry and the engineer Ibrahim Gusso-led AFN, and just to give us a brief rundown, prior before now, in 2019, the Gusso-led board secured a deal with Puma to kit our players, our athletes, for the next 5 years in a deal that worth close to $3 million. And of course, when the rank up between the minister and the ministry and the AFN emerged during after the Doha Championship, there were claims and counterclaims that the deal was entered into fraudulently by the AFN led by Gusso. They were taken to court and everything, so things were being different counter accusations. But right now, according to the clause and agreement signed between the AFN and the Puma, a German kit called Puma, if Nigeria does not wear that kit in Tokyo, we should be ready to go to court and pay them 1.1 billion naira for breach of contract. And I wonder where the sport ministry will get 1.1 billion naira to pay Puma if we do not wear this jersey, this kit. And the ministry is hell bent on the fact that Team Nigeria will not wear that Puma kit, that because the deal has been.
It's just so sad that the sports ministry, for me, they're trying to shift the goalpost at every point in time. You say the ministry are not aware about the Puma contract.
But it was signed by the same ministry that signed that deal.
Of course, it was unofficial of the ministry who is still in the ministry that actually signed that particular deal. And I'm very, very sure that the permanent secretary of the ministry then will to Gusso, that Gusso should, to bring those kits to return all those keys to the AFN secretary. And yet you are saying you are not aware about the.
It is just
at this point in time, these guys for me, I would say that they don't really know what they are doing.
In fact, yesterday when I was talking with my editor in the office, I say this matter of AFN is getting annoying. Seriously speaking, this board is bringing the accusation. You are bringing accusation, and everything is just being messy because it's messy. It's a very, very annoying situation. A deal was signed. Okay, peradventure now that Gusso did not sign this deal for himself. He signed a deal of the AFN. So so even if he leaves power or he leaves his position as the president, whoever is in charge
must follow suit.
Okay, just for example, NFF should sign a deal with Nike and Pinnick. Of course, he leaves. That deal still stands.
Of course, Gusso came in 2017. Before 2017, Nike was the one, was the one providing kits for Nigeria, and they actually signed the Puma deal about 2018, 2019. Thereabout. There are some competition that they went to in 2017. It was still the same Nike kits that they actually get to use at those particular events. So I don't see a reason why. Is it because of the lingering crisis in the AFN, due to the fact that for me, I feel that the ministry, for me, as my own personal opinion, I feel they are power drunk. They want to actually impose their own will on the athletes, whereas we have a whole lot of athletes that even have a personal deal with Puma and a personal deal with other outfits. So it's just so sad.
Naturally, this is what happens. to go into any kind of competition like this, yes, there's always a formal Team Nigeria jersey for all the athletes, for all the federations. There's the one that they will wear for the opening ceremony and probably closing ceremony. But each federation now have their own personal jerseys or kits that they will wear
during the games.
If it's Nike, if it's Puma, if it's Peak, whatever,
like, for the basketball team.
It's your choice. But for the open ceremony, but now I think that AFN, the athletes under AFN should not wear Puma kit even to train.
You can imagine.
Even to
it's just so sad.
And the purpose of and this deal was gotten without Nigeria paying a
You're not paying for it. And again, you're looking at the new kids that say they're going to wear. I'm sure a whole lot of millions must have gone down in that particular
have it that one of the Federation Committee chairman
is in the board.
Is a shareholder, is a major shareholder.
Of course,
in the
millions must have gone down in that particular deal. And for example, again, at the end of the day, if we don't get to use the Puma kit, we are still going to be on another cost, 1.1 billion naira. At this point in time, when the country is actually looking for money, borrowing money, right, left, and center, you still want to now incur another bill of 1.1 billion naira,
and it's going to increase.
I'm very sure we don't really know what we are doing
because
in this part of the world.
Even though the exchange rate increases now to 600 naira per dollar,
it will increase.
The money will increase, but as of today now, it's not go beyond. It's not go beyond. I mean, beyond 1.1 billion. Except if dollar rate now goes to 50 naira or 150, which we know that is not possible right now. So that 1.1 billion is something that Nigeria will pay if they don't wear this kit. And the game is starting for us from Friday. And we were together with one of the officials last week, and he has transported the Puma jerseys to
the Nigerian embassy. So hopefully
it will be used.
Hopefully it should be used.
Hopefully it should be used. But with the ministry now, hell bent that this will not be used. I just don't know. I don't know.
I just felt the hierarchy of the ministry just want to prove a point and say yes, because we have the government, backing, and that is why they want to actually go to toe this line. But at this point in time, we should not toe this line.
We should just
use what we are expected to do. The contract is expiring next year. Let's just wait till next year. Then, if you don't want to renew the contract with Puma, then we'll have to move on move on from that.
Okay, so let's leave this show of shame between the ministry and the AFN over Puma kits, and let's take our train to the Super Eagles, where they will know their foes, their group foes for the 2021 AFCON games on August 15. We will know who we'll be playing with when the draws will be held. The draws have been held, I think, in June, but because of logistic issues, it was postponed to August 15th. So we will know who we're playing against for the 2021 AFCON games.
And the
that will be held
in
Cameroon.
In boxing, Anthony Joshua is said to defend his 5th world title come September 25th at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. The venue was actually confirmed just yesterday that he was going to be defending his title in that particular. We'll move straight to the NPFL League.
Yesterday it was a beautiful game where Aqua United, who are gunning for their very first title in the league, they've never won the league. Of course, they opened a 6-point gap when they defeated Warri Wolves by an emphatic 3-0 victory. And while we see Kano Pillars and Nassau United, of course, losing their games as well too, and giving Enyimba now the opportunity, if they win their game today, to climb into second position. And right now the league is very interesting because there are 4 more games to go, and if Aqua United can win 2 more games, and because they have a superior goal difference of 25, which is unmatchable in the league right now, if they win their next 2 games, they are primed to become the 2020-21 champions. And talking about the relegation zone, we have clubs like Social Stars, Adama United. Adama United is already doomed for relegation. Yes. They cannot come out of it.
Condemned to relegation.
Condemned automatically because they have 25 points, and the club on the 19th point, talking about Warri Wolves, have 25 points. So 35 points, that's 10-point difference. So there's no way they can recoup 10 points in 4 games.
4 games.
That's 8 points. Sorry, that's
12 points.
12 points.
And it's not even certain that they are going to win all the matches.
So that is Adama United. So they are primed to go back to NLL next season. So, but Sunshine Stars have opportunity to they drew their game yesterday and they dropped down, but they have the means to go back if they, when they play their games next this Sunday. So the league has been very, very interesting. As it stands right now, from the 2nd position to the 8th position, any of them can win the league.
Of course.
But of course, we are all praying. We are all hoping for.
I still feel that the league will go down to the wire on the last day of March the 38th. We are March the 34th.
The March the 38th, the cracker there is going to be Lobby Stars versus Aqua United. That is going to be.
That's going to be cutting closer.
Yes, but then hopefully Aqua United will have.
Gathered enough points and
they can afford to lose the game.
Can afford to lose the game and still be crowned champions.
Like I said earlier, they don't need 2 games to win the game, to win the league. They can lose their remaining 2 games on the basis because they have the upper head-to-head, their National United goal difference of 25, which no team, no matter except Kano Pillars or Imba or whoever, decide to score 15 goals in a game, which we know that it is. If you do that, it is arranged.
It is arranged, match fixing. No doubt about it. Kennedy Boboya has been very impressive with his side, having going 18 matches unbeaten before they lost the 1 game and they actually returned back to winning. And from there, have been in blistering form in the MPFL league going forward. So we move straight to the transfer gist, where Ahmed Musa, talking about Super Eagles captain, expected to join the Turkish side this transfer season. Rumor has it that he has joined. At this point in time, about 2.2
billion naira.
Big money for Ahmed Musa. Of course, Kano Pillars will also smile home because they will be signing Ahmed Musa from Kano Pillars. So Kano Pillars also will smile to the bank in that particular day. Hopefully, we should see Ahmed Musa, getting, to return back to Europe.
Well, it's okay. It's okay. Let's talk about the money. 2.2 billion naira just to play football.
How old are you today?
Well, can we end this show right now? I'm already sad. That
this kind of money that if you have full bar on your phone and the alert hits your phone, your battery will just run flat at this point in time.
You just imagine they are buying you, they are paying you 2.2.
Too much money. Football is a big business. It's just that we are this part of the world, we have not really tap into that particular business. We need all hands to be on deck to ensure that we do the proper thing for us to boost the image of our league and also to boost our players, because media hype also actually help this deal eventually to put through.
Funny enough, according to report that Ahmed Musa rejected 2 billion.
Of course,
he said that 2 billion was too small for him.
That's yearly.
So someone's rejecting 2 billion. It's too small for him.
There where we are going up. Don't go and play football.
If you can't play football, it's for useless people. It's for dropouts.
No, we are here.
You are here talking. And somebody's making money.
No problem. Let us go to the next where Taiwa Wunihi has joined Union Berlin on a permanent deal after failing to secure a work permit in the UK for Liverpool. At the end of the day, he has actually joined Union Berlin on a permanent deal. And good, that's good. Good one for Awoniyi. So let's just give you a brief rundown of the MPFL fixtures this weekend. Of course, no La Liga yet, no EPL. All in pre-season.
They're all in pre-season. So let's just give you a brief rundown of the MPFL this Sunday, match day 35. Adama United, of course, were already relegated. Will play against Enugu Rangers. Aqua United, they should defeat Jigawa Golden Stars. Rivers United, Rivers United will take on Ifeanyi Ayimba will have a tough game to play against MFM FC. Atlant will take on Kwara United, and Kano Pillars and Abia Warriors. That's a very tough one for both sides. It can swing to both ways. And Katsina United will try to defeat Jakada FC. National United against Sunshine. Sunshine needs to win this game for them to secure, to move out of the relegation zone. Then clash of two champions. Talking about Plateau United and Lobby Stars, anybody's game at that point. Then Warri Wolves And a wiki tourist, of course, they're in between a relegation zone, and they want to, stay afloat, so that the game can go anywhere. So this is where we draw the curtains for today's program. We hope you've enjoyed every bit of today's show. Till we come again, same time, same station next week. Have a very good day. Enjoy the rest of your day and your weekend. My name is Jide Olushola. My name is Olawale Ayeni. Bye bye for now and God bless. And we will leave you with the video of AC Brumen. AC Brumen talking about the Tokyo Olympics to end the show. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is AC Brumen. I want to say thanks to Nigeria for this opportunity which they've given to us, to be here today. So far, we've been enjoying this place. I mean, the accommodation is nice, where we're staying is nice. The food so far is good, and we're enjoying ourselves. And hopefully, by the grace of God, this helps us, succeed later on. And I would like to say also that our training section is going well, and we all are improving, and we are trying as much as possible to keep our performances up there. And also I want to plead with each and everyone out there supporting us to keep supporting it, and hopefully by the time we finish, we're able to get a bigger support from you all. Thank you.